that is the cell-mediated immunity. And we're able to see that although there's another important component of adaptive immunity that we say is run by what we call antigen presenting cells. And we saw what types of antigen presenting cells are, what they do, of course, we saw what they do. So we were able also to see in a bit of details the subpopulations of T cells, how they exist. We mainly saw that T cells are categorized into two main categories. We have CD4s and CD8. CD4s are also referred to as helper T cells, and CD8 are also known as cytotoxic T cells. And we also saw again that T cells and CD4s are again subdivided into Th1, Th2, Tregs, and Th17. We saw that, and each subpopulation has its own unique role. They perform their roles by secreting specific cytokines that lead to either pro-inflammation or anti-inflammation, or actually assisting B cells in their role. Maybe can somebody remind us which subpopulation among the T cells is supposed to assist B cells? And how does it assist the B cells? Victor Masindi?
T helper T cells.
That we established that helper T cells are the ones that usually assist B cells. We did agree that way. But among the helper T cells, we have a specific subpopulation that works with B cells. That is what I'm asking. Hence the name helper B cells. Helper T cells. Helper T cells. There's a specific subpopulation, if you remember. We said there are 4 subpopulations: Th1, Th2, Th17, and Tregs. Crispin would remind us.
So it is Th2.
Th2.
Which helps B cells to differentiate into plasma cells and produce antibodies.
How does it do that?
It actually helps B cells to differentiate into plasma cells and produce antibodies. Yeah.
That's correct. There's a very specific thing I'm looking at. Th2, but what do Th2, what do they emit? Can anybody else give it a try? Haikuwa kitambo sana. Yes, Precious?
It emits IL-4 and IL-10.
Correct. So Th2 will secrete interleukin-4, interleukin-10, and that is how then B cells are differentiated into plasma cells, and therefore they're able to continuously produce antibodies. Okay, and we also saw that CD8 have 2 subpopulations, TC1 and TC2, and TC1 behaves like Th1, and TC2 behaves like Th2. That is how we saw. All right. And then maybe just as a reminder, in terms of antigen presentation, if a virus infects a cell, and this virus, of course, is intracellular, where is it going to be presented? We know that antigen presenting cells are supposed to be presenting antigens to T cells. So if a virus, say, infects a cell, how is it going to be presented to the T cell? And which type of T cell is it going to be presented? Can somebody remind us that? Yeah. Is there any other person other than Crispin who has not spoken and has an idea of what we are talking about? Crispin, tell us so that we don't take so much time.
So it is going to be presented on the cytotoxic T-cells by the help of major histocompatibility complex 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that is correct. So intracellular pathogens will be digested by antigen presenting cells. And if you remember, yesterday we talked about 3 antigen presenting cells. We talked about dendritic cells. We talked about macrophages. We also talked about B cells as being the antigen presenting cells. And so, of course, the classical antigen presenting cell there is dendritic cells. So they are able to digest the antigens and present them on MHC1 groove, and that one works with CD8. Okay, and of course we all know that extragenous or the vascular pathway will be presented via MHC2, CD4. Right, so those are important things that we needed to agree and just ensure that we are all at par.